Don't forget to like, follow, subscribe, and turn on notifications so that you will receive alerts when there are new episodes. Go get it.
I've been grinding for so long, I wake up and chase my goals. I go out and I go get it. Hot or cold, that's all I know. I don't succeed, then I don't breathe. Success, what does it mean? If I conquer all my goals, then I'm living out my dream. Dig deep, go out and get it. Success Chronicles, compete until it's finished. Success Chronicles, go take care of your business. Success Chronicles, it's deeper than just winning. Success.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Chip Baker. We are here to Texas High School Coaches School and Convention. Man, I'm excited to have my guy Michael Bishop here with us, man. Man, I'm gonna just say legend. I'm gonna just throw that word out there. Man, great guy, been blessed and fortunate to achieve some really neat things. And man, first off, before we jump into it, I just want to say congrats to you on everything in your journey. Like, I know the sacrifices that it takes to achieve all of those things, the sacrifices for you, but then also the sacrifices from your family.
Absolutely. That's a big part of it.
That's the big part of it. And so, man, just congratulations to you and everything on your journey. But, man, tell them a little bit about who you are and what it is you do so they have an idea.
You know, Michael Bishop, Kansas State, Blinn Junior College. You know, there's a lot that I can say, you know, but for me, you know, the main thing is I kept going. And that's what a lot of people fail to do. They fail to keep going.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of times where you're going to get knocked down and there's going to be a million people to tell you can't do it. So I experienced that. But the best thing that I carried within myself was never give up and keep going. And that made me who I am. You know, football is great. And I tell people all the time, it's who you are off the field. And a lot of people don't understand that. You know, they get it confused with the guy with the helmet on. But there's a lot of us that's better without that helmet.
That's a gem right there.
And once people realize that, you know, the world opens up to you.
That's it, man.
Yes.
You're so true. I think I always say sports teach life lessons.
Absolutely.
You know, and like it's not many things you're gonna come across in sports that's more difficult than playing football in Texas.
Football, yes. Along with that heat.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But football, in all honesty, it has made a lot of young men.
Oh, without a doubt.
And you learn, you talk about those lessons. You learn those lessons, man. Look, that's some tough lessons. There's defeat, there's victory, but then, you know, a lot of people don't look at the outside of it. You know, there's all kind of things with mental health, you know, and stance. You got to be true to yourself. You're true to yourself, and don't let anybody define you. The opportunity is there. It just is. The next step is what you do with it. And a lot of people seem to forget that what you do with it part. You know? And nothing's handed to you. That's out the question.
Next play mentality.
Yes, you got to have the next play mentality.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes. In life as well.
Yeah. Yes. So I'm gonna go back a little bit because you mentioned Blinn and you mentioned K-State. I'm even go back to the home, Willis,
Texas.
You know, and so you know I've coached in Carmel for a long time, so got a lot of connections with people, family people that know you and everything, man. And just throw some shouts out to the people at the hometown for the upbringing too, because I think that's important to have people around us to kind of help steer us. Talk about, you know, maybe some people or what they kind of showed you along the journey to help you with that.
You know, I was blessed because you know, I was in a two-parent household.
Yeah.
And I think that's big time for a lot of young men and women these days. But I was, you know, my mom and dad, you know, hard-working people. You know, sacrifice for us so much. And now that I'm older, I go back and I look at those sacrifices that they made, and I'm amazed because I'm like, there's no way I can do that.
Yeah,
you know,
man,
and there's times where you know, they put aside what I know they wanted to do, vacation. They put that aside to make sure that, you know, we can have, you know, the things that everybody else is having. It's a tough situation, but you know, credit to my mom and dad, and you know, they both you know, upstairs with big men, and I know that everything that I do, they looking down and they smiling, and I'm gonna continue to make them proud. But coming from the small town of Willis, you know, Willis is a small community. It's huge now, but back then, you know, everybody knew everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody knew what you were good at, what you was bad at. Everybody knew what you did at night and what you did in daylight. But you know, Willis is a tight-knit community, and you know, I'm proud to be from there because there's so many great athletes that have walked through the hallways of Willis High School. There's so many great human beings that have walked through the hallways, and you don't really find that connection. Those don't connect in every city, every high school, and there's some things that I always remember and I always take with me on my journey that I thought about or I've been a part of being from a small community in Willis, Texas. So shout out to Willis, Texas. Go Wildcats. Man,
and I want to say this too. So the head coach that's there now, Trent Miller, I coached him in high school. Okay. And so the O-line guy, Coach Fitzgerald, coached him in high school too. And so I spoke to the team, and man, just going there, seeing your pictures and your awards and stuff, man, it's awesome. And I just want to send a shout out to Lagway and his family. Man, just like as I heard you talk about, like 2-parent household, being raised the right way, I see the same thing in him. And man, and I think that's truly a blessing to have. Faith-based.
Yes, absolutely.
Parents that's gonna hold you accountable, that's gonna love you. Hold you accountable because they love you.
Absolutely.
Right. Like mama say, I whoop you because I love you. Oh no, that don't make sense.
It don't make sense, but it works.
But I'm so glad that she did.
Yep, absolutely.
Because it made me who I am, man. But
and shout out to Lagway, did his thing in high school. He's on to the next level now, and there's so much more that he's going to accomplish. And I wish him the best. And I know that from being around him growing up. Me and his dad played on the high school team together, so I know where he comes from. And I always tell kids, if you never forget where you come from, you're not going to have a problem going where you're going. So, and like I say, once again, shout out to him. He did a tremendous job for the Willis community, for the Willis Independent School District, for the Willis Wildcats, everything that he was a part of. Now, he had teammates that worked with him as well, so you gotta give those guys credit too, because they don't get a lot of credit. But shout out to DJ, go do your thing, man, and God bless you.
That's it, man. So let's go to Willis, Blinn. Let's go K-State, man. Talk about that journey there and just some of the accolades, like I know. But let's just share some of those accolades that you were blessed to achieve at K-State.
It's funny because, some people know this and a lot of people don't, but there wasn't too many people that want to give me an opportunity to play quarterback. Because I played, I was on varsity my freshman year. They put me in receiver, and I played little DN and little DB, and did well at it. So I've always said to myself, I'm a quarterback. Other people didn't believe that, and I had to prove that day in and day out. There's so many hours that I had to put in just to even work on just getting on the field as a quarterback. And I didn't mind doing that because I understand that's part of the process. Going to K-State and having an opportunity to play quarterback, shout out to Coach Snyder for giving me the opportunity. Coach Moore, Lattimore, for those guys that came in and recruited me, they seen what I knew I had in me. And the rest of the world caught on to it. But, I appreciate the opportunity because I will forever I went from a Wildcat to a Buccaneer to a Wildcat. So I started as a Wildcat, finished as a Wildcat, so that's a little fun fact. But having the opportunity to be there and to lead a team, to go into battle, to sit in the meeting rooms, to be in the locker room, to see all of that, all that come together. Football is in my opinion, is easy. It's about what you do. It's about how you react on game day. And I was blessed to be around some great players. I was blessed to be around some great coaches. So that made it easy for me. All I had to do was go out and do what I've been doing my whole life on a bigger stage. And when I got a chance to be on that big stage, man, I thank God because God blessed me to do some of the things. All-American, run up for the Heisman, Davey Award winner. There was some great moments that happened during my time at K-State, and I will always remember that, and I will always respect Kansas State for giving that opportunity.
That's awesome, man. I heard, like Coach Snyder, that's crazy. Like playing for Coach Snyder, man, that's crazy. Even some of your teammates, that you played with, amazing guys. But you received an award just recently. Let's talk about that, man.
Man, I was recently, December 5th, I was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame, class of 2023.
Let's go.
It was so real for me because in my heart, I felt that, I deserved it. I felt that I did everything that I can do in my power to be in that class. And just to get the phone call, knowing that that was the year, man, it took a lot. There was a lot of emotion, but I held a lot in because, and I tell people this story, man, and you had to be there to understand it. So we was in Vegas, and once I was doing the interview, I did my press conference and all that, and I looked over to the right and I see my mom and dad standing there. And I know they're not here on this earth, but I seen them standing there, so I knew at that moment I knew that I'd done well. And I was Man, it was sending chills down my body, man, because I knew all the work, I knew the hard work, I knew the dedication, all the things that we talk to our young athletes now. Man, all that just flashed in front of me. And then I looked across the stage and I see Reggie Bush. I look across the stage and I see Tim Tebow, Dwight Freeney. I see all these guys that have done the same thing that I've done. And we're all in the same building. So it was blessed. Man, I was blessed to be in the building. You know, I'm blessed to be in that situation, to call myself a Hall of Famer. It doesn't get any better. You know, and I respect it. I respect the game. I love the game. But man, I was like, oh, they let me in. They finally let me in. Give me the key to this door. Let me kick the door off the hinge. So I was excited, man. My family was excited for me. The community was excited, man. And but I know that means a lot to me. But what means more to me is who I am off the field. Because that College Hall of Fame, it's a title. And if you let that title get to you, man, we got a problem. Yeah. So I try my best to be Mike Bishop every day, not Mike Bishop on Saturdays. You know, if that makes sense. So
that makes a lot of sense.
And that's what I do, man. I pride myself on that, man. But I'm proud of everything that I've been through. I'm proud of my journey. Man, I had a tough journey. Yeah. Tough journey because, you know, the naysayers. And every opportunity I had to walk through that journey, I was proving people wrong. So that's a living testimony for every kid that's down and out right now that don't think they're gonna get opportunity. You gotta be ready for the opportunity because it's gonna come. And when you're ready for it, man, don't let nobody tell you can't do it, and don't let anybody take it away from you.
It's good, man. So just hearing you talk about your journey, all of the amazing things you've been blessed to accomplish and achieve, and I would consider that to be hugely successful, Bishop. So let's hit on success, man. What's your definition of success?
You know, everybody has their own definition of success, but for me, it's be who you are, stay true to yourself, and be in the right place at the right time. Keep great people around you, and success is always knocking. You have to answer. It's always knocking, but you have to answer. And if you have everything lined out like it should be, you're going to be successful. And that success is judged by a lot of things. But if you're true to what you believe in and you take care of your business, you have your own success. Yeah. You know, I don't define success by what somebody says about me.
Man,
because, you know, God put me in my shoes.
Yeah, he gave you
know,
your thing.
Yeah, so I feel like that everything that I have done has made a success story for me, for the people that's behind me to understand, you know. But success is what you do. You know, nobody else. Success is what you do. So own your success.
I love that, man. Yes. That's so good. So last question, and then we'll end it out. Like, if there's like, you know, man, a couple pieces of advice, you've already given a whole bunch of gems. But if there's a couple pieces of advice to say of people that's looking at this interview, whether it be kid, whether it be coach that wants to elevate, you know, to do what you're doing. What's a couple pieces of advice that you could give them to help them be successful in their life? Yes,
you know, my mom told me one time, and she said, Mike, what's your perception of yourself? And when she told me that, I had to really think about it, because, you know, and I tell kids now, your perception is everything. What people see and how people think of you is major. You don't think about that as you're traveling along this journey, but they do. So how the outside world sees you is important, but how you see yourself is more important. So, you know, if I can leave the young generation with something, you know, make sure that they can't write their own perception about you. You control your own perception.
That's good, man. Well, let's close. If you don't mind sharing your social media so people can follow you, check you out, and show you some love with all the amazing things you got going on.
Yes, sir. I'm on Twitter at MichaelBishop7, Instagram at MichaelBishop07, Facebook at Michael Bishop. So if you're out there, and I put something on every single day, haven't missed a day in 4 years.
Your number.
So yes. So if you get a chance, check that out. Follow me. I'll follow you back, and let's keep this thing going, man, because whether we know it or not, we are important, and there's somebody always watching us, so let's be great.
There it is. Well, Bishop, man, thank you again so much for taking the time to interview with the Success Chronicle.
Yes, sir.
And I appreciate that, and I wish you continued success.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me, and God bless.
Go get it.
Yes, sir. Go get it, and keep getting it.
How's that, man?
Go get it.